Good morning and welcome to your daily morning horoscope for Wednesday, 10th June 2026 Aries. Dreams or visions could put you in touch with deep feelings that you may not have experienced before. Right now, this could enable you to release traumas from your past and give a new sense of lightness. However, your logical mind is very much at work, so you could use this experience to shed light on others' experiences. Whatever happens today is likely to produce noticeable results. Taurus. Relationships of all kinds are likely to be strengthened by the increased level of understanding today. Your thinking is greatly enhanced by your emotional intuitiveness. You'll be more able to identify with the needs and desires of those around you. As a result, acquaintances could become friends, and friendships could progress into bonds that last for life. Romance also benefits from this intensified empathy. Gemini. Today, your emotional intuition intensifies your mental abilities. Friends and family members are likely to grow closer to you. You may be more aware of what that really needs to be done, and this could be in your new light. This can make you feel loved and wanted. The downside is that your empathy is so high that you may pick up on someone else's aches and pains. Try to keep yourself bathed in the white light. Cancer. Relationships with those closest to you, particularly friends and love partners, should be enhanced by the understanding of today. You're likely to identify even more strongly than usual with others' feelings, and this could provide inspiration for artistic activities of some kind. This is also a great day to have deep philosophical conversations with your friends. Consider the wide range of topics that you could discuss. Leo. Dealing with the ups and downs of other family members could be easier for you today. You're less inclined to be logical and more apt to identify what people feel. This will increase your understanding of the situation and undercurrents, and they're likely to appreciate the empathy from you. Don't forget your own concerns. You may see a lot of things in a different light. Virgo. Today, your mind is strongly influenced by feeling and intuition, so you'll be able to communicate especially well with those around you. You might sense what they need to hear before they know it themselves. This ability could be used in many ways. It enhances your writing skills. If you're into performance, it could sharpen your ability to speak, teach, or even act. Libra. You generally like to think of yourself as someone who faces life logically and rationally, but today, your intuitive side could prove a valuable resource. When it comes to dealing with others, your communicative ability is enhanced by a strong sense of what others are thinking and feeling. This opens the doors for more effective communication with everyone: friends, lovers, colleagues, and even strangers. Scorpio. Your intuition is usually very strong, and your level of empathy enhances your relationships. Today, however, a burst of logic could enable you to see things in a different light. This adds a new dimension to your communicative abilities and could prove valuable in bringing you closer to ones you love the most. It can also increase your understanding of yourself. Sagittarius. Your intuition is heightened almost to the point of telepathy. You may be able to sense what others want and need before they want it. You could also experience a few visionary impressions that prove valuable inspiration for creative and artistic work. When images well up with your psyche, don't dismiss them. They could make a big difference in your life right now. Capricorn. Getting in touch with your closest friends could bring about intense communication, with many revealing some of your deepest concerns. Your thinking should be greatly influenced by feeling, so you might experience a high level of understanding that your friends are going to appreciate. This could all bring you closer together and increase future contact for sure. Aquarius. A heightened level of intuition and understanding of others might catapult you to the center of attention. Knowledge combined with experience result in wisdom today. Insights could lead to more efficient ways of doing things, and you'll probably pass this on to others, especially since more than one person could ask you for insights into their particular situation. Don't forget your sense of humor. Life could be very serious at times. Pisces. Communication with friends who have traveled widely could have you hankering to make some future visit to a distant place that you've always wanted to experience. At the very least, you'll probably want to explore what your city of choice has to offer from wherever you are. And if you're dreaming of traveling to a foreign country, you may want to take a stab at learning the language. This is a good time to study a language. Your mind is very sharp. This has been your daily morning horoscope for Wednesday, 10th June 2026. Do have yourself a great and wonderful day.
Well, Well, believe it or not, it's already Wednesday, and here we are again, the morning show right here on DBS. Good morning, my name is Maureen. Let's head on over to our news department first.
Good morning. Time now for the news. My name is Timothy Polion. With St. Lucia's murder count climbing to 36 and gun violence continuing to grip communities across the island, the government says tougher measures are on the horizon. Police Commissioner Vern Gard is expected to propose new legislation aimed at combating violent crime as pressure mounts on authorities to deliver results.
In fact, I had a discussion with the Commissioner of Police, and he says to me that he'll be proposing some new legislation, which we await from the Commissioner of Police. I think when he meets you, he'll probably be telling you what he's proposing, but he says to me he's proposing some new legislation matters to deal with crime. So I await his guidance on that matter.
The Prime Minister says St. Lucia boasts some of the strictest gun laws in the region. Under the island's Firearms Act, using a firearm or imitation firearm to commit an offense carries a maximum penalty of life imprisonment when convicted. With grocery bills climbing and consumers feeling the squeeze, government officials are moving to determine whether global pressures alone are to blame. Consumer Affairs Minister Emma Hippolyte says her ministry has launched a closer examination of retail pricing across the island amid concerns that some businesses may be engaging in price gouging.
Maybe just before I traveled, and that's 2 weeks ago, I asked the director for a detailed report because it is what is due technically to tell us what is happening, how we're performing. So I'm hoping that maybe by next week I should be able to come and see what is happening.
In the interim, Ms. Hippolyte is encouraging St. Lucians to eat locally grown foods and to even take up backyard farming where possible. St. Lucians with outstanding tax obligations are being given more time to settle their accounts. The government has announced an extension of the National Tax Amnesty Program until December of 2027, providing taxpayers with an opportunity to regularize their tax affairs and avoid additional penalties and interest. The program is aimed at individuals, businesses, and property owners with outstanding tax liabilities. First introduced as a temporary measure, the tax amnesty was designed to provide relief to taxpayers burdened by arrears while helping to improve government revenue collection. Over the years, the initiative has been extended several times, allowing participants to clear their principal tax debts without incurring accumulated penalties and interest.
And what is important to note is that all interest and penalties of taxes due up to December 2025 will be waived. This is probably one of the most generous tax concessions ever. All interest and penalties due on taxes up to December 2025 are going to be waived.
The amnesty applies to all categories of taxes, including a value-added tax. Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre is once again encouraging St. Lucians to take advantage of the program by visiting the Inland Revenue Department and making arrangements to settle outstanding balances. Even with forecasters predicting a quieter than average Atlantic hurricane season, health officials are warning St. Lucians not to become complacent. The Ministry of Health, also Wellness and Nutrition, is urging residents to begin preparations now, stressing that it only takes one powerful storm to put lives, communities, and critical services at risk.
El Niño is not a new phenomenon, but because of climate change, the temperatures have been rising. As a result, we are expecting a more intense El Niño this season. Some of the additional effects that we can expect are higher temperatures, drier conditions, less rainfall. This will lead to drought, prolonged flooding, and also we are expecting some public health impacts.
The ministry is heeding its own advice and recently convened its 2026 pre-hurricane season meeting, bringing together department heads, health sector officials, and representatives from healthcare institutions across the island as part of its annual preparedness efforts. And that's the news. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Join us at noon for our next news major, the Lunchtime Report. I'm Timothy Polio. Good morning.
Thanks, guys. We must take a short break, but we'll be back. Stay with us. Well, I don't know about you, but I've never really heard about pageantry and reading mixed in the same platform, but here we are, the St. Lucia Sports Academy. One of their students actually came up with the idea, and they are now having one on Friday. It's a reading pageant, you know, so they're incorporating the whole reading month and recognition into a pageant, and they've got 5 of their wonderful young ladies who's going to be partaking, and we got the chance to meet up with them. I'm here with Bernice. Bernice Lewis, of course, is communication for the St. Lucia Sports Academy, and whenever we get to connect with Bernice, it's always a wonderful opportunity. Now, Bernice, we're here because, again, innovation is definitely always part of this institution, and you try to keep it as balanced as possible for your students,
yes,
and we appreciate that. So that's why we always keep coming back and be following up on what is happening. Now, you've got a reading pageant. Now, I've never heard about that, so you're about to enlighten me as to what's about to happen coming up on Friday.
So you know our students love excitement, and we like to deliver. We like to make our learning fun and exciting and authentic. And so the English department came up with this idea to do a reading pageant where we have 5 girls vying for the title of Miss SLSA. And the entire pageant is focused around the value of reading and education and how we can learn from reading and take opportunities to learn.
Wow. No, I'm intrigued now. I want to know what sort of a, rollout this is going to take. At some point in time, I'm expecting there to be some sort of a reading component to the pageant. So it's not going to be your regular, usual pageant, is it?
It is going to be a pageant.
Right.
It is going to be a pageant of about 5 categories. There will be, how you call that? The
intro, they got the introduction.
Yes.
They're going to be costume.
There'll be a costume, very creative costumes which incorporate the entire theme. Reading reimagined.
Okay.
So
nice.
Some of our costumes are going to be looking very interesting.
Wow.
Yes. In the competition, they'll be reading a short paragraph.
Right.
So they actually have to ensure that they can read fluently, they know the words, they
expressions,
can enunciate.
of course. Oh,
yes.
Wow. That's interesting. Have there ever been one of that in before in your knowledge?
I'm not.
I don't think I've ever heard of
the
one.
The school has had pageants before, but I'm
not
too sure it's
like
a reading
a reading pageant.
Yes.
I've never heard of it. What an innovative way to incorporate the reading month or the value of reading into something that is relatable to the young ladies.
Exactly.
Well, I want to meet them. I don't know about you, but it's time to meet our young ladies. So that's going to be happening again when? Friday?
The 12th of June, right here at the St. Lucia Sports Academy.
Is it open to anybody or everybody? Can we come?
They can inquire.
Okay.
But it's mostly for the parents, and the students,
right.
the supporters, just giving them some exposure, be able to hone their communication skills, their leadership skills, creativity, everything.
Absolutely. Well, let's meet the girls. Here's one of the contestants. There's 5 of them. Hi, love. What's your name?
My name is Brian Faith Jason.
What form are you from?
Form 1.
Right. That's your first time taking part in the pageant?
Yes.
And you excited?
Yes.
How does that make you feel, though? A reading pageant? That's different.
I feel excited, nervous, curious.
I know. I would feel the same. Well, we want to wish you all the best, and hopefully we'll be back again come Friday to see what you put on for us, okay?
Yes.
All the best of luck. Thank you. Here's a contestant number 2. What's your name, love?
My name is Labelle Swanson.
All right. Now, what form?
Form 2.
Form 2. Right. Your first time?
Yes.
Why did they ask you, or you decide? No, I want to do it?
I decided to try something new because I don't really take part in things like that.
Right. What is your major here on the campus? What do you do? Run, athletes?
Track and field.
Track and field. Right. So that's something totally different.
Yes.
You're about to balance this off and hit it off the park, right?
Yes.
I'll come in Friday to see what you're doing there. Remember that. Best of luck.
Thank
you. Our next contestant on the evening, she's contestant number 4. Talk to me. What's your name?
Faith Joseph.
Faith. Faith. Tell me about it, girl. Everybody seems like their first pageant. Is it your first pageant as well?
Yes, that's my
Oh
first
gosh, boy, a lot of firsts. So you excited?
Yes, and quite nervous too because that's my first time.
I know. What do you do on campus? What do you major in?
track and
Track,
field,
you track and field,
running,
yeah.
long distance.
Okay, there you go, girl.
Yeah.
Well, we're about to put that in some of that energy into some different things.
Yes,
so we're
please.
looking forward to that. You making your own costumes?
No,
You
I have
people
different help
helping
from
you?
my chaperones.
All right, girl. Well, I'm excited to come and see what you're bringing come Friday. You don't let me down, right?
Okay, I
Good
wouldn't.
girl. What's your name, love?
Isabella Emilia.
Isabella?
Yes.
Bella? Okay, meet Bella, guys. Bella, is your first time?
Yes, it is.
Oh my goodness, like everybody's first time taking part in this. Well, that must be exciting.
Yes.
I know, I don't put no pressure on you because you listen, all are we in the same boat, you get me?
Yes.
That kind of vibe. You coming in at number 3rd on the evening. How is preparations coming along?
It has not been easy.
Easy.
Yeah, but I'm trying my best.
You're built for this.
Yes.
I know you're built for this, Easy. Oh, up to you, man. I know you're built for this. We come in to see what you're bringing. All right?
Okay.
Thank you for answering that call. Well, girl, you're wrong. Enough things on the day of the 5th of the 12th, right? The 12th, yeah? Right, the 12th. What's your name?
Faith Andrew.
Oh, we got 2 Faith in there. I see, I'm paying attention. Your first time?
Well,
Kinda?
yes, yeah, I'm also taking part in a Miss District I pageant.
Are you in that as well?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So that's like practice ground for you there. You're smart. You're taking it. I appreciate that, certainly. But what do you think is different about the 2 pageant, though?
Well, the school pageant is that they don't have swimwear, but like Miss District I, we have swimwear.
Right, because it's a reading pageant, so we had to tweak it a little bit. But still, it's an opportunity for you to sharpen your skills for the next one, don't?
Yes.
Well, best of luck, and we're looking
Thank
forward
you.
to what's to come. All right, thank you, ladies. So you see, there they are, all 5 beautiful young ladies who are going to be vying, and you can tell there's a friendly rivalry among them. So I know, parents, I know you're coming out. I might just come as well. So if you'll have to find out if you can come, if you're not a parent or anything or associated with the school in any way. But I'm going to be here. Just know that. All right. So we look forward to them on Friday.
Come support us on June 12th.
Well, of course, like we mentioned, we are going to be seeing a lot of the competitors, the winners of the various competitions for the art form, for the carnival. They're going to be featured here as well. So, Zizi captured the Calypso crown, right? So, Zizi moved from primary school, and this is her first year into secondary school, and she won the Calypso competition. So, we met up with Zizi, obviously. So, the government name for the CPMs who will be signing the check is Zaylaya Fanis, but we know her by Zizi, and she was one of the youths that transferred from primary school, and this is your first year as a competitor in the secondary competition. Last year when you were there, but you competed under the primary school banner.
Yes.
And you won! You are our Calypso champion for the secondary schools competition in Junior Carnival this year. Absolutely, I'm sure you feel quite elated. Did you realize that you were going to walk away with that crown?
No.
That's when did it become real?
When they call me.
When they call you, what was going through your head? Because you delivered your song, you did what you were supposed to do. And just for context, for persons to understand, your song dealt with sort of like a letter to yourself kind of thing.
Yes.
Like you speaking to that inner voice.
Yes.
And trying to calm it down a bit, because as teenagers, a lot goes through the head.
Yes.
And many a times you have to be telling Zizi, behave yourself. Zizi had to be telling Zizi, behave. So I think it was a beautiful topic. Who wrote for you?
My teacher.
Your teacher, so rude. But it's one thing for somebody to write a song for you, but to be able to embody the song so with all that chemistry, it's supposed to be that you're feeling the energy in what has been written. So it was a song that was relatable, very.
Yeah.
So tell me about performance day, man. What happened? What were you thinking? What was going through your head when you see because all of the other persons, they are not Form 1s, they are bigger girls, innit? The competitors were from bigger forms. Yeah. Most of them are like on their last day, they're Form 4s, Form 5s. And you're Form 1 just coming into the secondary school and you just come lixy, man. Tell me how it felt.
At first I was nervous. I thought I wouldn't place. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But still you knew what you had to go and do. What did you speak to yourself? What did you say to yourself that I'm going to go out there and do?
I'll go and do my best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it did
I
just
prayed.
that. You prayed. You see,
Yeah.
that was the key. Is the key? Is the prayer that hold it down? And when the winner was announced, and you realize, wow, that's it. Did it feel real or surreal? You feel like, you really did I win? Yeah, but you did. And now that it's sinking in, you've had a couple of days for it to sink in. Now, what are you thinking now moving forward? Because now you're in Form 1, so you have Form 5, Form 2, Form 3, Form 4, Form 5. You intend to continue?
Yes.
Certainly. What do you want to say to the other competitors, the other schoolmates, or the young people out there? In relation also to the song, because I think that song was up. From the time you came here the first time on Vaval Central, I thought that song was powerful. You gave us a sample of it and thought, wow, that's a powerful song. So, speaking from that standpoint to other students, who are having that moment where, that inner voice is trying to get you, tell you all the negative stuff, and you have to really and truly talk down to yourself. What do you want to say to other young people?
Don't listen to what people saying to you. Any negativity, throw it on the side and just keep on doing your best.
That's it, and that's the take home. Congratulations again, Miss Queen.
Thank you.
And we look forward to what's to come.
Welcome to your Holistic Path to Wellness with Dr. Tanya Bobran.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tanya Bobran, and today we're going to talk about the power of sleep, your nightly prescription for deep and lasting healing. Sleep is often something we take for granted until it's gone. And we're not talking about just any sleep. We're talking about deep restorative sleep, the kind that heals the body, balances our hormones, and restores our joy. Sleep is our body's reset button. During deep sleep, our brain detoxifies, our gut heals, our blood sugar stabilizes, our immune system gets stronger, and our nervous systems calm down. If you're constantly tired and wired, or moody, or even gaining weight, or feeling foggy, sleep may be the missing piece in the puzzle. But here's the good news. Sleep can be trained. Just like we train for fitness, we can train for deep restorative nightly sleep. Let me walk you through 3 key pillars of my More Joy method as they relate to sleep. For body joy, how can we prepare our body for sleep? Let's start by supporting our sleep hormones, especially melatonin and cortisol. And we can do that by a few things. Avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. Eat your last meal at least 2 to 3 hours before bed. Limit screen time at least an hour before bed. The blue light from the screen blocks the secretion of melatonin. And dim the light so that our bodies know it's dark and it's time for sleep. And if you happen to wake up at around 2 or 3 a.m., that may well be due to a blood sugar crash or something else going on. Before you go to bed at night, you can try a small protein-rich snack like almond or peanut butter, some pumpkin seeds, or an apple with some nut butter. We can't sleep if our minds are racing. And here's a bedtime routine that can help with this. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. This shifts our nervous system into feeling safe. You can always use a calming tea like chamomile, lemon balm, or passion flower. And we can use breath work, where you inhale for 4, hold that inhale for 4, and exhale for 6 or 8. And when you wake up on a morning, don't reach first for the phone. Instead, open your eyes slowly, take a deep breath, and say something like, I am safe. I am grateful for waking up. I am calm. I'm going to have a good day. Our bedrooms should feel like sanctuaries, not our second offices. And here's how you can turn your space into a soul-nurturing sleep haven. Make it cool, dark, and as quiet as possible. Remove as many devices from your room, or at least put them in airplane mode. Consider getting soft healing frequencies like white noise or even sound bath recordings that you can play to help you fall asleep. I often tell my patients sleep is not a luxury. It's a biological necessity and a spiritual invitation to reconnect with ourselves. So let's set consistent bedtimes and wake times, even on weekends. Your body loves rhythm. When you honor that rhythm, it honors you back with better energy, clearer focus, balanced hormones, and of course, more joy. Remember, sleep is medicine. Sleep is sacred. Sleep is your right. And with just these few small changes, you can reclaim your sleep night by night.
And there you go. That's our Wednesday show for today. Of course, Dr. Brover rounding things off here for us, as she does every Wednesday. Good morning to all the rest of our viewers, and going out and have an awesome day today. Here's something that I ponder upon from time to time. Nothing feels like loss anymore. You know, I don't know if you probably feel sometimes that you've gotten to that stage where nothing feels like loss anymore. It's either God rerouting you or He's protecting you. I don't know. I just thought I'd share that. Have an awesome Wednesday. We'll be back again tomorrow, God's willing, for another DBS This Morning. See you then.